Hey cuties. Hey, it's Smitty, I noticed you. So one person subscribed today, so what the hell is you, buddy? Appreciate it. So I can get myself situated, because apparently the commands seem to be turned on. Or activated, at least. They are activated, that's interesting. I don't want the quick command activated right now. That's not activated, cool. Minecraft commands are also not fucked with. Cool. Alright. I'm gonna turn on the webcam. There we go. Trying to get stuff set up right now, cuties. Give me 1 second. Apparently I haven't done this in a while because I've been dealing with life shit, which is fun. Let's see, let's make sure we have eggies turned on. Oh, that's not the right money though. Okay, let's see. If I can edit this real quick, it'd be great. So 500 mil should be 100 mil giveaway. I think every, what was it, 30 minutes? No, not every 30 minutes, it's 50 minutes, right? That's the amount we were supposed to put it at, yeah. Alright, cool. Make sure this is finished in the right place, because I have not been able to get this stuff set up in a long time. I have not had a stream forever. That should be good enough, who cares? If anyone cares about the placement of that, you know, it's your problem. Cool. Just make sure music is turned down. 5 minutes turned on. Alright. Sweet. Welcome to the stream, guys. Oh, I haven't turned on the giveaway. 1 second. That should be showing just yet. We have to wait until people are actually in the stream, I guess. This now. I also haven't turned on the. I haven't brought up my dashboard yet to start it, I believe. I'm pretty sure I can do the commands, but I'm not sure if I have the ability for that. I don't know if I can do it. No, fuck it, let me see. What is it? What is he commanding this? Start. Is that how I do it? No? Oh, cool. Let me load up Opera GX real quick. Don't worry, guys. I'm just very slow and dumb and unprofessional. So I do anything professionally. Sounds boring. Or just load up on this screen, that's cool. See if I can get the stuff on. Takes forever for Opera GX to load. Okay, open up Chrome because Opera GX takes forever. And apparently that one was not set up properly. Lucky just for welcome to the Henhouse, Pop. Hope you enjoy your stay, cutie. I was looking who is live and no one on TT, so I only rated. Alright, cool. Appreciate it. I'm just, trying to set up after, months of not having to do this. Because personal issues. One second, I had to make sure the giveaway stuff is turned on. Yeah, hi you Bob, nice to see you, cutie. I mean, sorry, hi you Bob, nice to see you, trader. That's, I think, right. That is not what I want to bring up. I want recent events, please, not tipping. I don't give a fuck about the tipping. It's not what I want right now. Thank you. The giveaways, please. I just want it though. I just want it. Thank you. Apparently we did do a giveaway last time. Hey, Miss Bird, or sorry to say better best friend bird. The better best friend. So, let's, where is it? The 100 mil one? There it is. Look at that. I got it started. We got it started, guys. Look at that. We're smart. We do things. I think. How are you doing, better best friend? Doing, the something right now. So that's my game lagging. Everything's good. This bird. This eggs. See, even Miss Bird can read. This is why you're the worst best friend. I head out, getting tired, maybe back later. Alright, see you, Coco. Have a good one, cute. Bitch. There's also, exclamation mark commands. I don't know, because unlike this bird, I have better commands. So what's on my peak? Try to do Cabbie, and then try to grind it again. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Actually, what I would do if I was just... I was an auto... How'd I... Disable command. There. Don't you dare this bird. I don't give you allowance, motherfucker. Wanted to see what I would do if I was out of mark my game. I already know it's Rooster. Default, this isn't Discord stream. I don't have a command named after me. Proud of that joke. Yet. I don't have the narcissistic tendencies to need a command in the game of me either, I'm fine with it being an emote, just simply for the Coco Discord. And that's all I'm fine with. I'm not Discord. It's really just nailed in. Discord, do you get the joke yet? Should you need me to say like 5 more times? How many times does my contract say I need to say this joke? Like 50 more times, right? 51. Code that's equals Dickless. I'm the fucking cock here, excuse me? I'm the fucking cock here, what? Mr. I got a weird duck dick? What the fuck are you talking about? I've seen the pictures. Never seen a dick of a duck? Should look it up. Fucking mess. The duck sex life is fucking weird. I should know. I was one. That guy won. Get in the car. In the car. I know, look, I know I have a tendency to kill you people. Come on. There we go. Why the fuck did I use the word you people? I meant passengers. Off my ass. I'm on my own ass at this point. I'm on my own ass at this point. Out the door on my ass. Push is gonna ban me. You guys like these frames? Better than this one. You guys are fucking lucky. There's no frames in this. Oh, you know, there's also a money command where I am forced to give money that isn't just $1. Disparate. You ever wonder what that amount is? Maybe try it when I'm near somebody. They're just in real. Typically I don't do giveaway streams. I don't need giveaways. I just need to make chaos. Discord. Wait, sorry. Discord and everyone else. I would add to that, but I'm only Discord. Ant's a better best friend. He let me cuddle him in his sleep. Discord doesn't let me nuzzle him. He got a girlfriend. He's a good tattoo lab. Fucking tattoo lab. It is literally turned so low down. I don't know how the fuck is that low. Yeah, I can just turn it off completely and say fuck the music. That way we actually don't need a lot of music to be entertaining. Just you guys understand what my jokes are right now, right? That's funny, once I did that, frames are a lot easier. Strange. Now Remo again about me while I go okay. Disford, you understand that's not how content is made, right? People don't just talk about you and that's how content is made, okay? I just want to make sure you know that. So let's make asshole jokes that are actually funny. One day, when I was actually there is a funny joke. So one day when I was in elementary school, it's a really funny story that I always like tell people. There was these boys that are outside the bathroom in the hallway. They were all just like staying there, talking to each other, pushing each other like towards the bathroom. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And so I went over to them. I was like, what are you guys like doing? And they were just all like, oh, we're daring each other to go into the girls' bathroom right now. We're like all of them are scared. I'm like, why are you scared? And like oh, it's because it's a girls' bathroom. Like, it's just a fucking bathroom. Like, oh, if you're so sure about it, go in there. I'm like, and my smart ass back then was like, you know what? I'll do if you give me money. And they're like, yeah, we bet all our school lunch money. And I'm like, hey, cool. And they were like, if you stand there for like 5 minutes, we'll give you like half our school lunch money. And I was like, what if I'm in there for like 20 minutes? And they're like, oh, we'll give you all of our school lunch money. And I'm like, I like those odds. So I went in there, stood there for about what was apparently 30 minutes as girls came in and out of the bathroom just looking at me like, oh, hi, Zach. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, what are you doing in here? I'm like, just hanging out. you know, gonna win some money apparently for doing something so stupid. And like, okay, cool. And they just came in and out. And like a few, like about like 15 minutes in or something like that, my the art teacher at my school, Miss Art, came in, who looked at me and was like, Zach, why are you in the girls' bathroom? I'm like, I'm trying to win money. I'm like, okay, you seem to have been in here the whole time. Is that why those boys are out there this whole time? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Do you need anything? I'm like, do you have any cookies? And she's like, yeah, sure. Just went in, like went out of the bathroom real quick, came back in. I was like, here's a cookie. I'm like, cool. I just stayed in there eating a cookie, just sitting on top of one of the sinks, just hanging out and talking to every girl that came into the bathroom. The whole time, like, it came to like the bell ringing for the next like classes to switch over, and I just came out of the bathroom, and all the guys were just looking at me like, dude, you were in there for like 35 minutes, and I was like, yeah, like, dude, you're a fucking pro. I'm like, no, I just don't give a fuck. No, give me the fucking money. Easiest fucking 40 bucks that I spent on ice cream that whole fucking, the whole childhood. Best easiest $40. How was it $40? I don't know, but it was $40. There's like so many stories of it just me just not giving a shit while trying to get money from people. There's like one time in also in the same middle school that that the kids were just like, there's like 3 boys in the what is it called, the playground area, just for lunch break, where we had like do that nowadays in SWAT command. We'll visit that school. Yeah, there's like there's 3 to 4 boys out in this playground area, because we get like 30 minutes for just being in the playground, and like 30 minutes for, I think, eating lunch, and it switches between because of how classes work there. So there's like 3 or 4 guys just standing there, and they were just like all just looking at this one thing on the ground, and I was like, okay, this seems interesting. What the fuck's going on here? Because I saw, every time I see them like pushing each other and like saying like, no, you do that, and they're just like all doing that, like, you know, that do this, and they're like pointing at it and all that stuff. That's what my instinct is like. Boom, here's to get some money. And it was literally just that, you know, you guys know that movie, where the fuck it was, where it's like, oh, you'll get the cheese touch. It's exactly that situation. Exactly that. But instead of cheese, it was just this piece of gum that's been wrapped up. This is a wrapped up piece of gum, not even chewed or anything, just dropped. And it was there, what they felt was for like an eternity, when I feel like it's probably only been there for like since the morning when the teacher decided to have some nicotine gum. But they were just like, they were just all around it, just pushing each other to eat it, just to pick it up or touch it. Or something. I just came up and was like, what are you guys doing? Like, oh, we're petting each other. They won't, you know, none of us will like touch that cheese. Touch that gum. And I'm like, oh, I'll do it for some money. And like, oh, you know, we only have like one was like, oh, I only have like $5 on me. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. And the other ones were like, oh, I brought school lunch today. I'm like, you're smart. So like, I'll just take whatever, you know, one thing out of your school lunch then. And they're like, okay, cool. And like, I literally just like went up, grabbed it, and I was like, what if I eat this? And one of the kids, shit you not, were like, I'll give you my whole, it was like the rich kid in the school was like, I'll give you my whole fucking lunch. This motherfucker had Nutter Butter, like the big ass Nutter Butter, like a whole fucking like Uncrustable and shit. Stop being passive. I'm not impassive, Jenny. And he had like all this good shit. He had a fucking like, he had a Sunny D back in the days before they tasted like battery acid. And I was like, easy win, easy win. So I just grabbed the fucking, I grabbed it and just unquoted it and put it in my mouth and started chewing on it. And they were just like, So basically you did Jackass in your early days. Dude, I always did Jackass. My brother was also very much a motherfucker did Jackass in the day. You bet my brother do anything, he would have done it. He would have fucking done it. The apple doesn't fall far from the fucking fucked up tree, man. It's there. Oh, so y'all know, like, speaking of like kids things, you guys know like temper tantrums? Like the typical, like, you know, kid will, you know, kid doesn't get what they want, they have a temper tantrum. When I was a kid, I didn't have those type of, like, you know, less. See, I ate it and swallowed it, and like I got everyone's lunches. I ate it and swallowed it. It was like a wrapped up piece of like nicotine gum. It wasn't even that big of a deal. It wasn't even chewed or anything. It was just a drop piece of gum. So I just fucking put it in my mouth and ate it. But face the trees are full of life lessons. But there's this you guys know like the typical temper tantrums, right? So I didn't have those typical like, oh, if I don't get what I want, I have a temper tantrum. So for me, it was more creative. And my mother always had to worry when I was going to have a temper tantrum, because it was more or less a protest and not a temper tantrum. So I used to play the violin when I was a kid. Believe it or not, I used to be smart and do that shit. But I didn't want to go to classes. I hated my teachers. I hated it. Oh, let's see who won. I hated my fucking teachers so heavily. He was a douchebag, a piece of shit, and I fucking hated his guts. And one day, yeah, and one day, oh, there's only like 2 entries. You know what? Disbird and Misbird, yeah, you got it. Cool. Okay. Disbird, you only need money. But I was, I'm just gonna cancel that real quick. Let's cancel that. I already know. I can just remember they're gonna win. That they won those. But I hated the classes so much, and one day I was just like done with it. I wanted to give mine to the next player you see, please. All right, if you can do a command where it's just like exclamation point money, or give 100 mil to some that person. That's another one too. But one day I was just like done. I was finished. I was in class in the middle of like the violin lessons, and I was like, I just walked out of class. I was like, I'm done, and the teacher was like, you can't leave, you can't go anywhere, not until your parents come pick you up. I'm like, okay. So my smart ass just went over, went outside, and was like, what can I do to fucking teach this motherfucker a lesson? So I saw there was a tree. In this tree, the lowest branch was like 20 feet in the air. And me as a kid, I loved climbing trees. It's easy for me climbing trees. So I climbed up that tree, and I didn't stay on like the lowest fucking branch. No, I went onto like probably 3 branches higher than that, which was probably like, I believe like 30 to 32 feet in the air. And it was hilarious because like I stayed there, and my teacher came out like, oh god, Zach, get out of the tree, get out of the tree. I'm like, nope, I am not coming down until my parents come and pick me up. And that teacher, I don't remember what the fuck his name was, but he was like, oh god, and he just went to get my sister, my second oldest sister Kat, and she came out, and while she could even swear with the story if she was asked, because she remember, like, I would not talk to her until I was looking directly down at her from the tree. She was trying to talk to me the whole way while she was trying to come up the tree. I stayed fucking silent until I was looking down at her. And then she said, Zach, come down from the tree. And I said, sister, you had better have called mother, or I will not come out of this tree until I am promised to go home. My sister said, Zach, we are not dealing with this. Get down from the tree. I was like, call mother or nothing. It says, Zach, I said, I am not talking until you get me mother and take me home. My mom came driving as fast as she could. Fucking just was like, she came to the school, just like pulled up, and like the car that we had back then, the shitty ass mobile we had back then, just pulled up and just was like, just looked at me. And I did the same thing to her that I did to my sister. I would not talk to her until I was looking down at her. She looked, my mom came right up, was like, Zach, get down from the tree and go back to class. I said, Mother, the class is ending in 5 minutes. Take me home. And says, Zach, I talked to the teacher. You're staying here for 30 minutes after class, right when you come down from this tree, to keep learning violin. I said, Mother, I will always do this to her, apparently, as a kid. I would not refer to her as mom or anything. I would do in a very, like, professional, acting like I was an adult voice, being like, Mother! Like, Mother, I said, Mother, I will not come down from this tree until you take me home. And that, there, ma'am, is the end of it. You would think at that point, maybe my mother would want to slap the shit out of me. No. She saw me stay in that tree for a very good hour and 45 minutes. And I was already in that tree before that, for I believe an hour before that. Before she arrived. She was like, I gotta take him home at this point. My teachers are like, dude, I'm going home. Like, I'm not staying around. Like, whatever you wish to do with him, do it. I'm not here. And the teacher packed up, went home, and my mom was like, fine, Zach, you win. Are you happy? I'm like, yes. And I came just climbing out of the tree like a fucking, like, spider monkey. Landed down, like, with a fucking smile on my face and said, now, time to go home, Mother. And she just was like, you are getting grounded. I was like, I will take that as long as I am home. And my mom, every time, and she even swears this, every time it ever came to, like, ever thinking that she's gonna do anything to upset me, she made sure to look around her to make sure there's neither tree nor anything in sight that would ever give me a chance to have the upper hand. Because my smart little fucking dumbass back then will do whatever I can to outdo anyone in an argument. I will, for example, this is another one that happened. We were at a beach one time, and we went to a beach, like, I think this was when I was like 12 or 13 or something like that. We went to a beach, and just like, we were there for about, like, you know, like about 45 minutes to an hour, I think, if I was to look back at it. But the drive to get there was probably a good fucking, like, 2 hours to drive all the way over there. It was a horrible drive, and I hated it. But we got there, and like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna enjoy myself while I'm here. And, you know, I was enjoying it at first, my whole family was. At some point, all of my siblings and me, we got tired. Our feet hurt. We hated walking in that fucking gravel that they had to get to the cars. Like, it was the worst. Our backs hurt. We had sunburn on us. We just did not like it. We were done. We wanted to go home. My mom, though, was adamant on staying there. Heavily adamant. Did not want to leave any at all. She wanted to stay. And so, being me, and the one who was created with the temper tantrums back then, well, the protests, I decided, okay, I said, alright, Mother, if you do not wish to go home, I will make you want us to go home. So I saw a boogie board, you know, one of those, like, body boards where you just sort of, like, go up, you run up towards the water, and then just, like, turn around and ride the waves on your stomach, that sort of thing. And I went on it and just, like, drifted myself out into the fucking ocean. And just, like, stayed still in one place. And let me just tell you, these waters were known to have lots of sharks. And I believe for, like, 45 minutes before that, I didn't drink a single thing of liquid at all. So I was already partially dehydrated. I didn't eat for a while either. And so my mom saw that I was swimming out to the water, and she says, Zach, what the fuck are you doing? Come back out here, come back over to land. I'm like, and as I always do, I would do this. I said, "Mother!" Like from screaming from the water, I was like, "Mother! I will not come back to shore until you let me go home, because we are tired. My feet hurt. All of our feet hurt. We want to go home." There were dads all up along that beach who were just yelling, "Okay, kid, go ahead, go out more to sea." My mom did a death stare at them and said, "Don't say that to him. Say that to your kids. My kid, you do not want to say that. Do not dare him. Do not bet he won't do it." And the whole time she was yelling at these like adult dads that were all at the beach, you know, with the bare bellies and shit. Like, meanwhile, I was out there in the waters, just getting farther out into the water, and then one of the mothers of one of the dads or something like that saw that I was paddling out and said, "Oh God, all of you shut the fuck up. He is paddling out there." And my mom said, "Look at the fuckless you did." And the whole time she said, "Zach, come back to shore." My dad would have ripped me a second asshole if I did that stuff. Here's the thing, Discord. My dad didn't live anywhere near me. He wasn't a part of my family during these times. Or any times after that. My mom says, "Zach, come back to shore." I said, "Mother," as I do, "I am not coming back. In fact, I will go further out until you decide to let us go home." The whole time there's people going over to these payphones and shit on the beach, just all like worried as shit, and sooner or later you will see a fireman there and a police officers all around there. And be honest, you would think, oh, police officers back when I was 13, well, you know, that's hard to see Smixy having police officers. That's not the first time I had police officers anywhere surrounding anything just to find me. There's been a lot of things where police officers had to intervene because of the shit I would do. But there's just police officers, firemen, they were just all around there. A police boat just coming out over near me, and there's "Hey, come on, kid, come on to the boat." And I was like, "No." Why? I'm I'm not doing this until I'm allowed to go home. Right then, I saw he just got on the radio. It was he's not coming on the boat until he's told by his mom that he will come home, that he will be able to go home. And my mom I saw her with police just talking to her, and they didn't clear the way for her to come through, and and then the officers that was on the boat just looked at me and said, "Okay, get on the boat. Your mom's saying you can come home now." And I was like, "Good." We just went home. As soon as we got home, my mom was like, "I don't know what to say about you anymore." I was like, "You know what, Mom? You should have let us go home." She was like, "You're grounded for a month. All your shit out of your room now. You're being left to bed." This is my consequences for doing these things. My type of grounding was, let's take everything out of your room except your bed. And that's it. Thank you for apologizing. Appreciate the apology. Hope you enjoy your stay. But I was take everything out of the room, leave the bed on the floor, just the mattress itself, and nothing else. No desk, no anything, just a mattress and your clothes and your hamper. That's all you get. That's all my punishments were for doing this shit. And I got used to it, clearly, because my bed is on the floor. But there's so many, for the times that I've had cops just always questioning my mother for the shit I would do. There was this one time, this happened a lot during my childhood. This is one time when I was living in Chicago, after I was homeless, and we were just living in Chicago at that point in an apartment. My I used to go with my siblings to around all the around the just so they can go shopping, because typically they had money while I didn't, because they had like some spending money, and sometimes I'll have like maybe $1 or two. But they would I went like all the way to we went to like this one store. I always remember going there. I always remember going there with them, and they would get like this very special sour candy that was like a gel candy that was in a tube. If anyone knows what it was, I forget technically what it's called, but it was like this very special like squeezy sour tube candy that was like all gel and all that, and you like squeeze it through a little hole in the tube, and it's really fun. But and you put the cap back on, have more later, and I usually like stole it all for them while they were like almost done with it, so I could have some. And because one day I knew I had enough money, so I decided to go out into go into my window of my apartment, climb out of it, jump down onto the street, and start walking all the way like towards where I believed that store was. And granted, I remember I have a bike back in my backyard, so I was like, I'm gonna get my bike. I got my bike and started like riding my bike over to there. And at some point, I started riding into like this alleyway, because I believed if I went to the alleyway, I could get over there faster. Also, we're in the water now. We're out of the water. We're smart. We don't have to worry. I would not tell stories while trying to focus on driving, while trying to focus on everything else at once. Oh god, this is why! Oh, we are good? We're good? No one do room, please. No one do any commands. No one. Let me get this. I got this. No one at all do anything command-like, please. I am begging you. Thank you. Everyone be kind, be generous, be loving and caring people. Thank you. Good. Oh god. Oh god. I'm doing good. I'm alright. And we're back at it. Okay. So there's this so I went into like this alleyway, because like, oh, I can get there faster. I can get to that store faster. I went through this alleyway. And then I started noticing that like there's these like, there's a few of these like, black men. They're just like, next to their cars and everything, just like standing there looking kind of weird now that I think about it. Kind of like shady. But back then, I was typically, being that I just came out of homelessness, I was like, you know what, just gonna forget about my past and dealing with gang members and shit. And like any shady business and all that. And fuck your car. And I went over. I just like stopped, and they were like, "Hey kid, you shouldn't be here. Get going. This place isn't safe for you." And my dumb ass was like, "All right." And I just started pedaling out, not knowing that like there was gonna probably be some real shit happening there. But that's not where this like cop thing comes into play. No. Once I pedaled out, I then like came out onto like the main road. There's like a two-way road that sort of like, a typical Chicago street. Like busy, lots of cars passing through. I just rode my bike right through and just stopped on the side of the road. And then I was trying to remember like, how do I get home from here? And in my brain, I remember that bridge. I think I can just go underneath it, and I'll know where I'm going. But granted, I'm very dumb. I tell myself these things in my head, and then I second guess these things in my head. So instead of following what's happened in my head, I decided to stay put and believe I am lost. 5 seconds later, these two very kind people pull up in their minivan, and just, to see that there is a kid just with his bike next to him, crying as if he is like a Snoopy dog in the Peanuts, just like that. And they pulled over and just like, hey kid, what's your name? Like Zach. And they're like, where are your parents? Like, they're probably home. They're like, okay, give us a second. We're gonna call somebody to help you. And then a police officer, a very kind like policewoman, came up, drove up, and just like pulled aside, and was like, hey, come on, let's get you in my car. And I was like, okay, like, do you know where you live? And like, I don't, but like, do you have any understanding of where to go? And like, I feel like if you were to go like underneath there and like past that bridge, and I was like, yeah. Like, okay. We literally went right past the bridge, like right when we got right up, like past the underside of it and got to the other side. I knew where I was. I was like, oh yeah, just turn left here. Oh yeah, just go down this road and my apartment will be right to the right on this side of the road. I then came in, then like we came into the gate. The police officer like rang the apartment doorbell, and my mom came, answers like yes, and it's like, do you happen to be missing your son? My mom was like, fucking goddamn it, Zach. And it just came like, it's like, okay, I'll let you in. She then came downstairs, so we didn't have like the whole like bing and then zoom, because it's an outside gate, you have to unlock it to come in and then all that stuff. Because Chicago, you typically don't want to risk it. But she was just like, she just came down and was like, oh goddamn, Zach. Like, and like I was like in the living room. The police officer woman was just like there, talking to her. These people don't ever get out of the car. But the quit command isn't on. I don't have fuck you disparate on right now. That's what the command is called. That's the thing. But I was just like in the living room just for like the whole time, just like listening to, not even listening, but I just knew my mom was always looking at me, and I was just like, I remember just hanging off the side of the couch with my stomach on like the side, on like the arm of the couch, with my legs like fully on the sofa cushions. Oh god, what's happening? And meanwhile, I think my mom was getting talked at by the officer. Thanks. Actually, I feel like the giveaway should be done by now. Is it not done? Is it done by now? I actually don't know. I haven't been paying attention. Oh yeah, it has ended. Damn. Who is Miss Bird? You were the only person that entered. Alright. So that's another 100 mil for Miss Bird. But let's start another one up. Wait, I haven't given that 100 mil to whoever the fuck is IC next, so I don't know. I guess this person's like right ahead of me. Don't know who they are. I think apparently their name is Victor. Yeah, make sure to do exclamation point eggs, I guess, if you wish to win money, because users. But you like money. This first another now. Anyone want to do the money command for me? Alright. It's actually a money command where I give 100 minutes to whoever's next to me. Anyways, what was I talking about? So like my mom was just getting talked to by that police officer, and that's only the first time. I don't think, no, it's not give. I think it's exclamation point money. I think it's a command. You had to be like next to me in order to get it. Where are you, ATV driver? I just want to know how that works. Does it not work? Is it not active? Maybe it's not activated. Let me see. Gross money. Oh no, it is gimme. It's gimme. It's a command. Gimme. I thought it was money for a second. I'm dumb. That's not the right one. That's Gibby not working. That should. The quick command does not work. It's not. The quick command doesn't work. How's Gibby not working? Should do like the. Oh, it's because I probably had no player near me. That's why. I don't have a player near me. Stop. I need a player near me for that command to work. That's why. Oh, it's just pressing this M and I think 100 or something like that. Like tabbing and tab. I don't know how that opens up auto file. I don't know how it does it. That's not the first time I ever had a police officer pick me up for being randomly in some place I shouldn't be alone as a kid. I've done that a lot of times. My mom said there's so many stories of me just jumping outside my window out of a two-story building just to go to like a park nearby. Like, it's ridiculous how many times I would just like jump out of a window to go somewhere as a kid. You know, I could have just like, you know, I don't, Streamlabs, that SR command isn't a thing anymore. I don't think I need to share up anymore. I don't actually know if I do. For sure I don't. Is this spirit now? No NPCs. I'll take whatever I can get right now. But yeah. But there's a time where I was like, this is after I moved from from Chicago to Mount Prospect, Illinois, and I remember I was just we were living like the first house I lived in there, and I think all that was happening in my head was I woke up early in the morning before anyone else, and I decided to go like to the store because I had some money on me because you know, as a kid, as you all know, I used to make fucking bank just doing dares and shit. Because every other kid in my school was a pansy ass motherfucker who didn't understand not giving a fuck. So I went all the way over to what was called Vanhurst Mall. I think it's still called Vanhurst Mall. Not sure. I just know they changed it since I was a kid, and since I lived there as well. But they changed like the layout. Instead of it being a big mall building, they made like a street mall or some shit like that. But I remember like just going over to the mall, and I was just walking around the whole mall, just looking for things, seeing if any like other people that were outside of the restaurant areas of the mall were just like giving up free samples, so I could just have a little bit of a free sample. Which somewhere, I remember having like this like interesting looking meatball that was pretty good tasting. Oh, wait, where are we going? Oh, and you know, I started walking around the mall, and I remember seeing this like weird security officer there, like mall cop sort of guy, just sort of looking like a Paul Blart fucking motherfucker, just following me in a weird way. Just I always would notice him looking at me, like, and I just kept walking, just trying to, you know, lose him if I could, and then you know, then my smart ass is like, no, I'm just, instead of, you know, being at the mall where this mall cop is, I'll go to the grocery store that's right next to the mall and on the same parking lot area as the mall. Because that's how I'm going to lose a mall cop, is just by walking away from the mall. But I didn't walk all the way to. I didn't bike all the way to the store. That was nearby. It's called Jewel Osco, I believe. And I just stayed there and just sort of looked around and saw what I could buy. I decided to buy like 2 peaches and that was it. We'll get on to how those peaches tasted after this whole story. I then came out of the mall. I came out of the store after like having the cashier girl that was there, who was like a teenage girl, just that saw me that was there. And was like, she was just like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just here to buy some stuff." It's like, "Oh, your parents here?" I'm like, "No." Like, "Oh, where are they?" I'm like, I was like, "They're not here." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "I'd like to buy these peaches anyways." And she's like, "Okay, cool, thank you." And I just like got on my bike and just bought that store, got on my bike, and just started riding my bike all started riding back home. But I was like riding like in the middle of the parking lot because I saw there was like a security car that's just like roaming nearby me, and then suddenly they just caught up to me and there's like the officer was just like, "Hey kid." I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Why are you alone right now?" I'm like, "In a way, yeah." It's like, "Okay, can you get in the back of my squad car?" And I was like, "Why?" And like, "Where's your home, kid?" And I'm like, "Oh," and I told them where my home was, and they're like, "Okay, can I drive you home? Get your foot." And I think I brought my bike with me. I'm not sure. I still think that bike was just left there, because I don't remember ever being told to pick up my bike and take it with me. Which sucks because I like that bike. But I remember I just got home and like, I actually remember this conversation that my mom had with the officer. Because this time I listened. And the officer's like, "You can't have your kid just roaming around alone." It's like, "Oh look." And my mom said this with like the sternness of voice. She's like, "Officer, I do not. He is the one that somehow jumps out of the house without anyone knowing." And the officer, shit you not, said, "Then look after your kids better." And my mom, with the fucking most meanest of mom eyes, with this look of death in her eyes, said, "Motherfucker, I was asleep. You try raising 4 fucking kids alone and trying to get any form of sleep, especially one that fucking jumps out of the house faster than you can even say, 'Where the fuck is my son?'" Even though I couldn't say that. The officer was like, "Okay, just take care of him." And my mom looked me in the eyes and said, "Zach, you gotta stop jumping, leaving the house and being off by yourself. You don't know what the fucking happened." And I said, "Mom, I just wanted to go buy some peaches." And she said, "Alone is not when you should be buying peaches when you are a little kid. What have I told you about stranger danger situations?" I said, "Mom, this only works if the stranger can catch up to me." So she said, "Zach, now's not the time for jokes." And I said, "Mom, I have peaches. Can I eat them?" My mom said, "Just go to your room." And I was like, "Can I take my peaches?" Like, "I don't care. Just go to your room. Go to your room that's up on the top floor of this house. Go." I then grabbed my peaches, went off to my bedroom and just sat on my bed just eating peaches. After eating those peaches though, I had the most horrible toilet experience I ever had back when I was a kid. Just when I came out of the toilet, I came out of the bathroom, my mom was like, "How you feeling?" I was like, "I think those peaches did something." It's like, "You think? Maybe that'll teach you next time not to ever leave the house." I was like, "You know what, Mom? It would. But I want another peach." She just was like, "Zach, just stop." Like, "Mom, it's like I have another peach. I bought 2 peaches. Just don't eat the peach. We're throwing it out." I was like, "My peach!" And my mom, the whole time, she told me the story when I was like talking about stuff in the past. And she said she could not, that shit, she's like, I shit you not, Zach, I could not hold in my laughter at all from how much you wanted that peach. Because you said the way you said my peach sounded as if I killed your dog. I was like, because you did, mother. You killed my dog, Peach. Oh, seriously, my peach. My peach. It's the most, like, just that I'm so distraught just because of that peach. It's a bit, I want a peach. I want it. Give me peach. There's like there's so many fucking stupid ass stories I have of just cops, you know, pick me up in their squad car just to take me home from me running out. And there's a lot of like those like really creative temper tantrum ones too. Like, if you guys remember me talking about the temper tantrums of me like saying like, of me just sitting in that tree saying. Of me sitting in a tree telling my mom I want to go home. This is actually something I just remember that I said to her that then she recently told me about too. Which was when I was in that tree, not that beach. I was in that tree just looking down at my mom. She says, Zach, she's like, Zach, you are going home and you'll be grounded when you get down from that tree. But either way, I'll make sure you come down from that tree. And I remember saying this because I actually now remember when she told me about that. I was like, holy shit, I do remember saying this to my mom. And she said when I looked at her down from the tree and said, Mother, this is a war of attrition, and I am winning, for I am the one in the higher position. For I am the one in the tree, Mother. My mom said when I said that, she was like so dying inside from that. She said the only thing that was stopping her from not wanting to break out in laughter when I said that as a kid was was something as simple as me just tapping the tree when it said, and I am in the tree, Mother, and just like hit the tree. She said if I just said that, she would have fucking died from a small little skinny boy in a tree saying this is the war of attrition, Mother. And I am winning. I was fucking goddamn 11 years old, and I somehow knew of the war of attrition. Oh god, I was a fucking piece of shit as a kid. I was the worst. Fuck you, bird. Oh, it's never been a better story than that. Current giveaway's in it. Let's see who's in the giveaway. Who's been in the giveaway. Ah, the war of attrition, and I have won, Mother. I am in the tree. I never forget that whole line. Dizzy, you won. Congratulations. You get 100 mil. Look at you. Resume entries. Let's just resume. I believe I can do that. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. You should do exclamation eggs in chat if you wish to win money. Technically, Dizzy, that means you win a 200 mil because you're the only one that entered. Congratulations, 200 mil to you. I used to be a piece of shit when I was a kid. I was a smart motherfucker though. I was a smart motherfucker. Nowadays I'm very fucking dumb. Back then I had like a high ass fucking IQ and it could outthink even like the smartest of adults. You know, like the movie, you know, like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory, and like Sheldon from like, you know, Little Sheldon or Young Sheldon, whatever it was. Like, imagine me being as smart as like young Sheldon. Imagine that. That was literally me as a kid. And now that I'm an adult, I'm a dumb piece of shit. But that's just because I had too many hits on the head growing up. But I was not easy to deal with as a kid. There's one time, I remember we were traveling in the desert to go while on vacation. And, my mom, and I went into we pulled up into like this gas station in the middle of nowhere. Well, I believe it was in the middle of nowhere. And we went into the store, and my mom was like, "Okay, you gotta get a drink right now. Let's get you a drink of water." And back then, I used to have this I used to drink this type of water that wasn't like, it wasn't technically water, but it was it was flavor type of water. It's sort of a pea. I heard it was called it wasn't Perel. It was Perel. I forgot what it was called, but it's sort of a pea and it had like an L at the end or something like that. It was like this bottled water that had flavors, and it was pretty tasty back when I was a kid. And my mom was like, no, I was like, hey mom, can I get this as a drink? She's like, no, you gotta have actual water. And she picked up like this bottle of water, and I was like, no mom, I would have gotten that if it didn't cost a lot more. For some reason the water there costs a lot more than that drink that I wanted. It cost like $5 for that small little insignificant bottle of water. I think it's like a Dasani or something. It costs $5 because I don't know why. And it was also very warm. I said, Mom, I would have picked that water, but it was very warm and I don't want it. And it costs more. And my mom was like, Zach, just take the water. I was like, Mom, I don't want it. I want this. It's cold, it's refreshing, and it tastes good, and it will help you guys too. It's like, Zach, take the water. We're getting it now. That's the end of it. So me saying, is that the end of it, Mother? And she instantly when she hears me say Mother, she knows I'm about to fucking protest again. She said, oh god, and before she could even grab my arm, I was out the door. I then went around the back of the gas station and started walking off into the desert. Just walking. And my mom following behind as fast as she can to this little 90-pound-year-old, like, blonde, boy that was just, like, fast as shit just by walking. And at some point, I got like to this edge of some. I get my car, dude, and I have a dog. But at some point, well, now you don't have a dog. See what happens when your dog fights your battles. Get in my car, dude. Oh, that guy's Goku. That's what happens when your dog doesn't. When your dog fights your battles, Goku fights your dog. I went out into the desert, as I was saying, and I got to this point where I found like this it's like this big like diving cliff edge where like right nearby it was like a couple of like smaller plateaus that I know I could jump onto and I could stay on top of, but my mom would be too scared to come over to. So I just did a leaping jump onto it and just stayed there. Just stayed on top of it. My mom caught up and was like, Zach, get back here. I said, Mother! As I do. I said, Mother, I am not coming out. I am not jumping over until you get me the drink I wanted. There is a reason I told you I didn't want that drink, and even more reason if you were to ask why it wouldn't have been good for any of you. My mom said, I don't care, just come back, it's dangerous. I said, Mother, of course it's dangerous. I am on a very weird plateau in the middle of the desert, high in the air, with a bunch of cactuses down there, spiky rocks down there, and then like right away my eye caught onto this mountain lion that was like down below. I was like, and like so excited to see a mountain, I was like, and there's a mountain lion down there, Mother. So unless you want me to fall, Mother, I use Mother so many times. Unless you want me to fall, Mother, I will not come back. I will not come over until you get promised the drink I want, and that I believe is best for everyone. And so she's like scared as fuck. She's like, fine, you win. I was like, okay, Mother, And I jumped back over there, you know, almost slipped off of the edge. And then but still caught myself and just, you know, casually walked over. Mom said it literally looked like I was about to fall off the edge. I don't remember that. I just remember I kept walking as soon as I touched the ground. That's all I remember. So, and when we got back to the car, this was during time that my stepdad came into my family. And he was the one that had the car. It's his favorite car. He loved it. It had like this whole like CD, like 8-track CD or something like that. That you had to put the CDs like you had to open up the back of the trunk, and like you could sit in the back of the trunk and everything because there was a seat back there for like one person or two people or something like that, which I usually sat in. And so that way I had the choice which song we were listening to most of the time. But I said that when my mom drove me back to the car, she got the drink. I said, I was like, what happened? I saw him like leaving, like what was going on? It's like, oh, he threw a protest again. And I said that was like a protest, and he was like, you mean a temper tantrum? It's like, no, Steve. In this family, he doesn't throw temper tantrums. He throws protests, and very dangerous protests. And he's like, okay, what's this about? And she said, oh, because he didn't want the warm water, because one, it costed $5, while the drink he wanted that was cold costed like $1.25 or something like that. And I said that, I was like, I like that. I like what I'm hearing so far. Keep going. She's like, what do you mean? He's like, keep going. Why did he want this water as well? And she said, and what I told her, what I remember telling her was that water. She said to him as well. That I told her if I drank that water, it wouldn't have been fun. No one would have been good the whole ride. Because when I drink warm water, my body doesn't act well to it. And it would have been not a good ride for anyone, because I would have been very... my stomach wouldn't have liked being in that car with warm water in my system. So my sister said, oh, then how about you also get him a candy that he wants, and some chips as well. And she's like, why? And it's like, he didn't just say, because my sister, I didn't know this at the time, he's a big money save pincher. He believes in pinching every penny he can get. So he's like, one, he saved me money. Two, he also made sure my car did not get puked in. He deserves a massive snack for that. The candy and the chips of his choice. So the whole ride I had a big bag of Cheeto Puffs and the Snickers bar. And I was happy. My mother, though, hated it. Because I was on a cliff's edge. I think my mom also told me that what I said to her was, when I said that there was that mountain lion down there and all that, she said that I somehow said right to her, and mother, again, this is a war of attrition, and I'm about to fall. And she said, damn it, Zach, you're a war of attrition. She said this to me when we talked about like a few months ago, because we actually started talking about like every single stupid thing I would do back when I was a kid. And when she brought up the smart things that I did, I was like, you could have killed me. You hired me to get in. Yeah, it is. No, not the Lupin's ass. No, I am not doing that. You can fuck off, Goku Wesley. Hi, sir. Stares at me, just stares at me with his backpack on. He's just standing there, staring at me, menacingly. Yeah, what was that other story my mom told me that I said that I did one time when I was throwing a protest against something? What was it? it had to do with another tree scenario. Or kind of tree. But I think all this was because I just wanted to go home again. So it was basically the same shit as last time, as a true story from when I used to play violin. And but this time it's just a different tree. It's sticky situations, and you know, firemen call, get me out of the tree from worried parents that are nearby. How my mom hadn't had DCFS called on her like a bunch of times, besides when my biological was turned over her father, who did it for a totally different stupid ass reason, is beyond me. Because I did a lot of dumb shit as a kid. It was none of her fault. No. In a way, you could blame her for it. The fact that they wanted to force me into playing violin and didn't want to leave the beach and decided to give me that shitty ass water. I don't know. But she always said that whenever it came to me doing these protests, I didn't throw them. I didn't, you know, do these sort of like temper tantrum sort of protests because, you know, for anything other than for what was better for me or better for everyone else. It wasn't typically like, you know, oh, I don't want to do like oh, Zach, can you do dishes? No, I don't want to, and I would throw a protest. No, if it was typically came to doing dishes, I'd never do a temper tantrum. Even if I didn't want to do them that, you know, during that time, I would just say, hey, not right now, but how about tomorrow? Because then I'll be prepared. Or else, you know, typically because if something else comes into play when I'm with all my life, is a huge match to throw off to me. Because I plan my days out most of the time while having a day. So if someone throws something out of nowhere, my family knows, like, hey, just like say, hey, can you do this later? I'll say, well, I can do this later, or I can do this like tomorrow, or whatever happens. But typically, all my protests were just like, this is better for me, or better for everyone else around me. It wasn't ever just like, oh, I'm a child, I'm doing this because I'm a dumb little kid who, you know, believes the whole world revolves around me, sort of shit. Or the kids that were temper tantrums for. I don't know. I never had those temper tantrums. Hell, I never even cried when I was a kid. If that says anything. I didn't, and you could say, oh, what if you cried when you were a baby, when you were born? No! My mom said when I was born, I didn't come out crying. I came out looking around as if I'm like, okay, I'm here, what's next? When my mom said that that's how I came out, I said that makes so much more sense about me and how I live my life every day. So I never come, you know, I never go anywhere without that very same attitude. Like, okay, I'm here, what's next? Let's keep going. Which is funny because I was born like 2 weeks late too. Everyone else in my family was born on time. I'm 2 weeks late. My mom yelled at me like, why were you... She's like, later on, like, she was like, you came out 2 weeks late, Zach. I was like, look, Mom, I had 3 other people that used to live in that place. They left it a mess. I was tidying up the whole time, and like, I just got it up, and I just got it nice and decorated, up and running. I was comfortable. And then you decide that I come out at this point? No, Mother. No. I'm staying until I am ready. 3 other people live there, 1 that tried to. I ain't going out until I'm ready. So the one that tried to was obviously my biological father. Just, yeah. That's typically the joke in my family. I have an interesting family. Let's just leave it at that. You think I'm interesting? I'm the concentrated version of my family. The very concentrated version of wherever the fuck I am. Everyone else in my family is individual pieces of me. I am the combined forces. I am like Earth, Water, Wind, and Fire to make Captain Planet sort of shit. I am why I am. my feeling is all the individual parts of me, while I am the full part. I am everything of them. You go to my brother, he's the guy that is the humorous side of everything. You go to my sister Jess, she's the one that has the quick wit. You go to my sister Kat, she's the one that calls bullshit faster than anything. Granted, all my family, we all curse like fucking sailors. So that's just everything. So I'm all of them put together. I call bullshit, I make lots of jokes, and I'm quick-witted. I'm all their shit put together. And yes, that means I'm kissing my own ass for this one. What an ass to kiss. Get in the car! Fucking... You shouldn't look like... You look like the guy that played like Mark Zuckerberg in the Facebook movie. That's what he looks like. He looks like the guy that played Scott Pilgrim. That's what I always thought this guy looks like in my car. Scott Pilgrim. Or just like the guy, I don't know what the actress name was that played him. I can't remember. Anyone knows that guy's name? Maybe? No? That doesn't also know. Oh god. Just make sure what's going on here. Give me a second, guys. Gotta make sure the giveaway's going on right. What the? Oh, the timer wasn't ready. Okay, well, that's cool. We'll just pick someone out of the random users chat. Apparently I'm sinking now. Well, my chair is sinking. Whoever types something first gets that 100 mil that hasn't apparently been picked yet. It's apparently the dashboard doesn't like to do what I tell it to do. Those entries.
Well, we came for a bit of sightseeing. Mabel does enjoy those Vinewood movies.
Let's start it one more time. Whoever types first gets that 100 mil. Whoever types second also gets 100 mil. For that one. But what's I talking about? I forget a lot of shit that I was talking about just now. Oh, but here's I like to always start off something with or anyways, so when I was I believe like. So, I tell all the stories about how I usually was a little shitter. Let's talk about how times that I was actually probably the one that saved my family. So one time when we were visiting my biological father here in Florida, back then we lived in Illinois. He lived somewhere in like a swampy area, and I remember my siblings and I decided to go out into the swampy area, just sort of explore around, because back then when you're a kid you didn't like have a phone or the internet or anything. You typically had like you had the outside world and you went to explore. That's how me and my brother find a lot of dead deer skeletons lying around and shit, because we find interesting things out there in this world and you decided to go out for once, kiddos. Anyways, but when during that time, I remember like my siblings and I were just around. We were just talking about, oh, what, there's like crocodiles out here and stuff and all that. And I heard like a random noise. It sounded as if it was a howl of some sort, but like I was like, I know that howl. And it was like a bunch of them. And my siblings were just wanting to ignore it, like, oh, that's a cool noise we just heard. Meanwhile, me, the youngest sibling, was like, I know that sound, we should get inside. And my sibling was like, why? I was like, that's not a good sound, that's a hunt. That's something wanting to hunt something that's weak, and we're all weak compared to whatever's out there. And my siblings like, okay, and I, you know, because at first they were reluctant, and I started running back to sort of, because like in my head I was like, if I start running scared back to the house, they'll pick up on it and run with me. And surprisingly, that's how it worked. So I just ran back to the house, to my father's house, and we went inside, locked the door, and as soon as we closed the door, a pack of fucking wolves came right out, as if they were just finding us, tracking us. They were just there, all looking fucking ferocious as shit, just snarling and all that shit. And they started tracking us. I could see that they were sniffing for us. I was like,
You damn fool!
excuse me. I am not a fool, bitch. I'm a problem. Anyways, so, and what, like, some of them started like sniffing around, and I only saw one just sniffing towards a door that we just closed. And my siblings were like, how the fuck did you know that that was there? I was like, I told you guys, I heard something coming for us. Because I told them that I heard wolves. I heard a howl from a bunch of wolves, and that's when like, no, it can't be wolves in this area. I'm like, that's wolves. And I ran, and they still, to that day, my two sisters, and my brother, whenever I tell that story to them, they're just like, yeah, that was probably the one thing that probably saved our lives. Because those wolves, when it said that they looked back at it, they said they were foaming at the mouth. Like 3 of them were foaming at the mouth. 2 of them, they couldn't quite see if they were, but they most likely were all rabid. So somehow my smart ass back then knew the sounds of wolves, and also somehow knew that they were howling for a hunt. And or not a hunt, but at least, well, it sounded like they were howling to hunt us or something. I don't think they actually have a howl for hunting. I don't really know wolves, but I know what they sound like apparently. It's just a story I always just, my siblings say that I probably saved their fucking lives that day. Also, speaking of saving lives, help? Okay. Yeah. How many garbage do we have right now? So I put a bunch of these treasure chests into my backpack. Discussions. They're not your bitches. Good. Sorry. Ah, excuse me. I am disgusting. Did I get business cash stocks? I thought I sold one. To pick up a bunch recently? I don't get to pay around it. Oh wait, at some point when I get more vouchers, I should probably, or get more cash stacks, I should probably pay off Rice too. I'm trying to do that too. He gave me like 3 bill, so I'm trying to, and I have to make sure to give. Oh yeah, if you want in cash or not. Cash stacks, I think you want in cash. Very, I was proud that he wanted in cash, because then I got to work, work it off of it. Or that he's willing to be patient, so I think it was. Yeah. Oh god. That brights on? Now they are. I'm gonna be a house on the highway that has its brights on. I feel like chair. I need to get a new chair someday, I swear. Also, let me check something real quick. I forget, did we reach our goal? Oh, we did! Holy fuck, we got 240 followers. Nice. I can set another goal after the stream. That'd be cool. I think we got the 240 followers last stream, but I think we lost a few. I think we'll probably paused or something. I don't know. Who knows? Well, there were actually people. But hey, not everyone, needs to stay around. Yeah, sometimes you get bored, or sometimes someone's so inactive like me that you just have to leave. Sometimes.
What the hell is going on?
Just to let y'all know, don't think you ever have to just stay around just to support me or whatever. You don't have to. It's sweet if you believe that, but you don't have to. If you get bored, if you don't like my content, just go ahead and do what you want. I'm not forcing you here. I don't have a shotgun to your head, unless I do. Maybe I have a shotgun coming towards your head. Nah, no, I don't like those. I'm a knife guy. I have a knife against your head. Not even the sharp point. I like the blade's broken apart, and like just all it is a handle. I'm just like, you better. Oh god, you better. You better wanna stay. Yeah, no one has to stay if you don't want to. It's up to you. It's your own life, your own decisions. So I've been realizing some people like to believe they have to stay or something, but you don't have to. I don't force people to do stuff. I understand the whole point of getting bored of somebody. Or just, not liking their content, growing tired of it, whatever fuck. Whatever my content is. I don't know what it is. Do this for over an hour and I still haven't gotten 1K. How did that happen? Oh yeah, telling stories when driving. But Jesus, it's like so many stories in my life that's probably has happened a lot. A lot of weird, funny ass stories. A lot of just like strange coincidences, strange timings and stuff. Like, there's so many that if I was to do an actual series on YouTube about it, it'll probably last for way too long. It'll probably be too much work for my slow, procrastinating ass to do. Let's be honest. So I had to update you guys also on those videos that I recorded recently that I was saying I was editing. I deleted them. The files got corrupted. I was starting to work on them, but the files. Well, at first, the first file was already corrupted. It was apparently not like one. I should have realized when apparently like a 2-hour worth of videos was somehow like 78 gigabytes worth of video, which I thought was weird. But apparently like the second video, which was a lot less than that, which should have been fine. It was working fine, it was editing fine and everything. And I don't know what happened, but it got really just fucked up somehow. I had copies of it too. I copied it, safely copied it. I did different ways of copying it just so that way I can have backups of it. Just in case I fuck up one, I can do it another. Nope, they all got fucked. The original file got fucked by itself, even though I wasn't at all editing that one. And then somehow the extras got fucked. Which is interesting, because the extras were the ones that I was working on. The backups were the ones that I was using. Somehow the main base file was also corrupted, and I was like, okay, I might as well revert to the main file, to the main video file to use. No, it was also somehow very corrupted. It was not looking the way it's supposed to. I played through the video to make sure if any of it was salvageable. It wasn't. And when I say it's corrupted, I don't mean every now and then the editor wouldn't see it clearly. I opened up the video raw format, the raw video file of the 2 hours worth to watch through it all. There was nothing was visible. You could hear everything I was saying, even though the video before was fine. It was perfectly HD. It had perfect quality of audio, all these separations of audio tracks and everything. And then it got fucked. I don't know what happened. I was trying to figure out for all this time. I sorry I've updated about it on Discord, but I've been trying to focus on other shit as well besides just videos. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I've been trying to figure it out, and it doesn't want to work, or so I decided just to delete all the extra files and see if I could do that. Maybe see if I can at all salvage anything. Nothing. I tried looking at every other file before I've deleted any of them, see if I could salvage any individual clips from them. Still nothing. So I had to give up on those videos completely. And that was, it sucks because one of them was the Sons of the Forest, but it also doesn't suck as much as the Sons of the Forest video was done with. Well, one was done with Timo, which I'm sad they lost that. But it was also done with a group of other people that I stopped being friends with because I was done with one of the people. And I don't want to go into why I don't like him, but yeah, he's just like that. Having to be there. But yeah, I had to go on that. And the other one was the power wash simulator that I did with Smoogie. But apparently, I don't know what happened. That one was the one that was the one that was already problematic video. Which I'm sad to if that one had gotten fucked. But to be honest, I should have expected it to have been fucked when I was trying to, you know, get whatever I can from it. Because I remember I had to I didn't remux it in time, or whatever it is, into an MP4, and I decided to delete it because this video is fucked anyways, if I can't use it as an NKV file. And then it got fucked. When I brought it back and tried remuxing it, and that's when the file got way too big, and I just couldn't fix it. I tried seeing if I could edit it, but it was still way too glitchy to edit. And I realized it was way too glitchy to edit when I got the other video, the Sons of the Forest video to edit, and it was running perfectly fine. So, at first, right? But, yeah, it sucks. But hopefully, I'll see if I can record something else soon. I still have the Cabbie guy video to work on. That's something I still need to get done, but I don't have enough footage yet. And that footage is just, I'm trying to figure out how to get it. It was ended, I'm pretty sure no one's entered it, but let's just start the giveaway for now. I don't think anyone's entering anyway, so let's say fuck that for now. Until we have people that are willing to enter the giveaway, we're just gonna say giveaway for a while. Yeah, we'll keep the 8 to 2 man there up there, just so if I ever see one do the command, I can say, okay, now we can activate it. Yeah. Well, I do have some other videos I know I can try to also start recording. They're gonna be single player most likely, but I do have an idea for a video to do, and I have to reinstall the game. Shouldn't be much, but I'm probably gonna do like a Please Simulator video because I remember when I was having a lot of fun when I was trying to get all the achievements on it. And I did actually get 100% achievements on it on Steam. I remember when I was trying to do that, I was tired as fuck while I was doing it, but I was having a lot of fun laughing at the stupid shit that I was saying. And I was like, and in my head I was like, this should be a fucking video I should make. But like a nonsense video, just not really let's play the actual game, but let's more act like you're playing the game sort of thing. Being more role playing as what I believe a cop should be in my situation. But yeah. I'm gonna probably try to record that when I decide to actually install it. Because I've been trying to, I need to get it installed, but I just need to clear some space for it right now. I did recently clear space, so I'm probably going to install it after the stream ends while I'm asleep. There's so much I had to do after I fall asleep. I had to upload this stream to YouTube, update the followers goal. also have to work out. I forgot to work out today. I worked out yesterday, but not today. I'm sore as fuck today, but I'm gonna keep doing it because it gives me something to do. I've been feeling kind of better since I've been doing that. Because the reason like I'm streaming now is because my mental health has been getting a lot like drastically better now that I've been like working out. You know why? Because whenever it comes to working out, I don't work out because like because you know I want to be healthy or because I want a better looking body or anything of that shit. When I first started working out as a kid, the only reason I worked out was because I liked the feeling after waking up of that like of that pain people get. Get my car, dude. Oh god, never mind. Spider-Man, fuck off. 1 second, sir. Just 1 second. I need to kill Spider-Man. I need to kill Spider-Man. You're dead. Where'd he go? Oh damn it, he ran away. Always a bridesmaid and never a bride. Fuck this Spider-Man. Oh wait. No, that's it. I may get more of that. As usual, I can't get those guys out of those fucking things. I'm pretty sure it was to throw them out of the car. I've been trying to like do this test to see if I throw them out of the car. Like I was doing this, like blocking them off, getting out of the car, and then trying to see if I can throw him out of his car, and then delete the car, and then quickly get in my car, and then drive towards them. But I don't know if that really works as much. I don't really know, but I'm trying to see if it does. I've been trying to see what scenarios that can help with. I'm pretty sure it's not these truck guys that can really do that with. I don't know if the hookers here will ever want to be in my car.
What's your problem?
Because every time I try, it really is the very tricky thing. Cause, they never want to get in. Maybe it's just because I keep trying to pull out those guys in the 4x4 trucks and the pickup trucks. Maybe if I was stop quick and say fuck you, Goku. Let's try this out live on stream. Why not? Let's find just a random guy, a guy that isn't in one of these trucks. Everyone is in a truck in Sandy Shores. Oh, you're not in a truck. Let's try you. Let's try something live on stream. Or Cabbie. Why not? It's gonna teach us something. I'm always up for learning something new. But that's my car, sir. Excuse me, sir. Can I get out of your vehicle real quick?
Dickhole.
Need to leave the vehicle real quick, sir. Pardon me. Ow. Ow. Dickhole. Okay. Where'd that guy go? That bastard. You motherfucker. You piece of flying filth. Come back here. You made me miss my guy. Come here. You made me lose my goddamn patience. Come here. Get over here. Oh, fuck your car, bitch. Oh, wait. I want to make sure I keep eyes on you. And you want to be in my car, sir. I hit you a little bit. Might honk my horn. No, still no. Sir. I don't think throwing people out of the cars even works. Maybe something. Goku. Sorry, Wesley. He hired me. Alright, come here, bike guy. Let's go with old fashioned. What? No! Hate you fucking Sanchez motherfuckers! Get off the bike! Fuck you, Goku. I hate fuckers. You're so annoying! There we go! You have to literally just slam real hard into him in a certain way, or else they don't fucking get on the bikes. They just stay on them. I don't know why they allow NPCs not being knocked off them. I don't know if they're just like, hey, we see that Cabbie people are using that trick. Let's fucking stop it, because we're the TT gods. Maybe it's just the fact that it isn't just for players who don't get knocked off the bikes, but now it's also for NPCs. I don't know. Maybe they can't decide which one doesn't get knocked off. Or is this harder to knock off Sanchez bikers? Because I noticed if it's anything else, it's not hard to knock them off. For some reason, Sanchezers are just hard to knock. Oh, I was hoping to land on that. Who needs roads? Y'all say roads, I say wasting time. In my world, roads don't exist. In my world, everything's on fire. Also in my world, I don't exist. Well, actually, that does bring me back to things I would say whenever someone says, like, back when people would usually say, like, oh, I wish there's more people like you, dude. I was like, haha, no you don't. I'm like, why? I'm like, if there's more people like me, no one in this world would exist. Because, and like, what do you mean? Like, why would no one exist? Like, well, because if every person was like me, everyone would be dead. Because even I know that humanity is a waste of time. So you would just kill someone that was like you? Like, probably. Don't know if I would. I've yet to meet anyone that's like me. Left gets my ass. Oh, I was hoping to land on the tree. And that's why I did the crow noise. So if I landed, when I land on the tree, I could just go. Oh no, god, I can't do the noise. Let's do a very, like, weird noise. I'm a bird. You know, the sounds birds make. Kill me! Ah, it's a wondrous, beautiful toucan. Look at it in all its splendor. Barba bush. And look, there's a beautiful pelican. It just screams of pain from the pelican. Every bird didn't make the usual sound, it just was a different fucking really weird ass noise.
God damn!
The beautiful dove. What a lovely bird it is. A symbol of peace and tranquility. Burning! Oh, the swan. Nothing more majestic than the swan. Oh, the idea of seeing birds just making those noises. It warms my chaotic soul. I'm tearing up that dude. I don't care if you guys enjoyed that joke, that was for me. Not every joke has to be for you people. Hello, sir, we'd like to hear my car. I see you have a bike, but I feel like you want to get in a car. Come on, a car is much better. It's faster than your shitty bike. And your bike don't work, how about that? Hello! I see you. Oh, sorry. What? Someone's waiting for me? Hello? Someone's waiting? They in the vehicle? Are they in the? Are they in here? Hello? You in here? Sir? Ma'am? Madam? Hey, get in my car. Thank you! Look at you! Getting in my car looking like you just came from the 1990s. From like a teenage sitcom. God, what's the outfit remind me of? Like, yeah, technically a 90s like sitcom, a teenage sitcom, but like Nickelodeon sort of teenage sitcom, you know what I mean? Like, oh god, what was that one Nickelodeon teenage sitcom called? God, what was it? I forget what it was called. It was like, Victorious. She looks like she's victorious. Like, Victoria from Victorious. Anyone know that one? You know? No? Just me, the old fuck? Okay. You Gen Zers don't know what we used to have when we were kids. Oh god, know what's funny? There's now a new generation called Gen Alpha. How fucking pretentious of a name is that for a generation? And they're 13! What fuck kind of pretentious name is that for a generation? And they're 13, making me feel like an old fuck. I'll be 28 on May 8th, this isn't gonna be fun. As I get older, I get older. It's funny because back when I was a kid, I used to always be that kid that would just say like, "Oh, I'm never gonna be that person." Since back when I was a kid and back in my days. But now, you just heard me literally say, "Back when I was a kid." Fuck me, man. The irony of life, dude. I used to always just laugh at the fact of older people saying back when I was a kid, and I always be like, I'm never gonna be them. Now that's all I ever say. Whenever I hear young kids speak, that's all I can ever think of saying is, back in my day, you could go to the store for a nickel and have someone tickle your pickle. Back when I was a kid. You know, the normal shit we say. And the stuff we used to grow up as when we were kids, as millennials, you know. That stuff. Give you a nickel, tickle my pickle, whatever made you lose. You know what? All that stuff. Oh, let's test it out. Let's test this out. Excuse me, sir. I noticed you have a nice looking vehicle. And I wish to ask you something. Out of the fucking... Oh, excuse me. Get out of the car. Or the golf cart. Get out of it, please. I don't want your vehicle anymore, sir. Wait! Wait up! Wait! I passed on a biker for you. Come on, dude. Don't run away from me. I'm in a car. You can't run. Excuse me, sir. I kicked you out. Where are you going? I didn't want to get in my car. I'm kind of feeling insulted right now. What's wrong with me? There's nothing. I don't think anything's wrong with me. I think I was just asking a guy to get out of the car. It's to get in my car. If anything, I would have taken where you need to go faster. I was helping. I was being a friend. Says the man holding a knife. Hello. Oh, wait 1 second, sir. Darth Vader doesn't seem to understand this. Stop responding. So wait till Darth Vader disappears. Please, come on. There we go. Keep going, sir. Keep going. And inside. That's how you do it now. That's how you have to do it. Get up, get off your lazy ass, man. I had to scare them a little bit so that way they take a while instead of running straight to their bike. If you scare them a little bit where they back up and do like hands thing, then it adds extra time to I believe to them being able to decide, hey, I want to be a passenger now, instead of them just instantly getting on their bike. That's why I do that whole like back and forth motion, because that means it scares the shit out of them. And then once they decide like, oh, it's just a guy going up, you know, forward and back, that's when like, okay, I'm just gonna calmly go back to my bike now. And therefore they become a passenger. That's why I always say go back and forth. You don't just stay still. Because a lot of times they'll just get back on their bike, you know, have to chase your ass. Because then they no longer will be your passenger. At least that's how it used to be. I don't know if it's changed. I should probably test if that's changed. Just in case I need to update that information. I just haven't done Cabbie in a while. Because I've been doing circles in Legion. And being a manager. That's why I do any work. I can just be a manager. At least we're almost at, hey, you know, we're almost at 2 hours of stream. So what the fuck have I been doing that it'll take me almost 2 hours to get 1K? Cabbie vouchers, it shouldn't take me that long. This is probably my worst timing I've ever had, grinding Cabbie. Way worse. Also, there you go. Apparently Angel's coming up onto TT. Something. Angle? Yeah, it's Angle. Did I say Angle or Angel there? My mind always tricks itself into believing that her name is Angel instead of Angle. I don't know. I read those words. Every time it's an L and an E at the end of a word, I always messed it up. I never know how to say it. It's always been a trick in my head. So I had to spend like 5 minutes, like I literally feel like I spend 5 minutes every time whenever I see an L and E at the end of a word, trying to be like, how do you say that? Is it Angle? Or Angel? Because you know, illiteracy. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have dyslexia. Who knows? It's common for people with ADHD to have dyslexia. I'm not so sure about people with Asperger's, but you know, I don't know anything about this. Get out of my vehicle. You curse and I don't like potty mouths. Fuck. Oh, he's lucky he disappeared. He is lucky. Ooh, he's lucky. Excuse me, sir. Let's get in my car. The door doesn't open, sir. I don't think the orange vest guys typically get in a car, though. Oh, yeah, they don't typically get in a car. Okay. Orange vests don't typically do it. I think, yeah, there you go. Yellow vest! I don't need the yellow vest. Fuck your yellow vest. I got this guy. Hoodie dudes, every time. Every time there's a hoodie dude who gets in the car. I love hoodie dudes. 4 years of loving hoodie dudes. Vote hoodie dude for president, man, at least. Let's put that in quotes from Smixy. I love hoodie dudes. Alright, sorry, for a little bit I thought those fences don't break. It's typically I've never seen one. Why are those fences there? Why is that gate there in the first place? Can you just question that real quick? That gate's there, even though you don't need that gate, but that gate's there. It has a little fence around it. It's a lot of gate for just a tiny fence. It's like the T-Rex of gates. I have a big head, little arms. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do. Hey, Coco, how's it going, cutie? Yeah, you get away handed because people stop entering it, so. I know Dizzy won 100 mil. This for wanted me to give his 100 mil to somebody, which I think I did. Miss Bird, I believe, earned. Actually, technically, Miss Bird earned 300 mil because she was also once alone in the giveaways. So yeah, giveaways pretty much ended. I mean, actually, no. Wait, no. I forgot. If you say, if being that you are the one that decided to talk, I did say this. Whoever says something gets the 200 mil. There you go, Coco. You get 200 mil. I remember things. I'm a smart person. Congratulations. 200 mil is yours. Yeah, so there was a giveaway that was supposed to happen, but it didn't happen. Because I resumed entries, but yeah, I resumed entries, but it didn't like continue. So they didn't like do the countdown. So when I noticed it's probably been a lot more over 15 minutes. I was like, this doesn't seem right. You know, I just said whoever says something first gets 100 mil. Whoever says something second gets another 100. Gets 100 mil, but no one said anything. So fuck it, you get 200 mil. There we go. Yep. Just because the stream is about to end, but, you know. It's 12 a.m. and I need to both make sure the stream is uploaded to my YouTube channel, or the stream VOD is at least uploaded to my YouTube channel, and as well as the goals updated. And I think I also need to work out, because I need to work out today, because I didn't do it today. Yeah. We're just gonna drop off this passenger and try to get back to our try to get to the log off point. I mean, like, you're in game, we can probably just give you the money. So if you want to, like, it feels so late, but it's only 9:50 p.m. I mean, for me, technically, I think, when did I wake up today? I think I woke up at like 5 or 6 p.m. Contemplate the day. Alright. Now, if you want to stay where you are, I don't really know what you're doing right now, technically. I know you said you were doing like fly boy stuff before. I don't know if you're still doing anything like that. But technically, my log off point is I go, every time I log off, I go to Collins Go HQ and get up on the top of the dumpster behind the garage. So, let's get honest and not do anything right now. Cool. Yes, sir, it's fine. I mean, if you want to meet me on the highway, I can just find you on the highway. And technically, wait, I don't know if Miss Bird wanted her money given to anybody, because I know Disbird wanted his. But I'm not going to count Disbird as talking for his girlfriend, because I don't count that as a real life thing. So, because even I wouldn't talk. If I had a girlfriend, I wouldn't talk for her. So, you know, that's why I'm saying that. So I'm going to say Miss Bird's probably still getting her 200 now. Oh no, technically she's getting 300 now. Sorry, I'm done. So yeah. I grew up with heavy feminism in my family, and I grew up more hanging out with my sisters. So. Oh, I see you in Sandy Shores. There we go. You want to meet me on the intersection of Sandy Shores to the highway? I can just meet you there, or if you haven't moved yet. Or I can meet you wherever you are, because technically I'm already driving down. So now I've got the passengers. It's a duck city. Cool. I see you there. Really love the vagrants. It's the car for Calvin doing Cabbie. At least we got 1K Cabbie vouchers today, even though apparently somehow it took us 2 hours, but I'm pretty sure that's because I was distracted. Just make sure, I think Dizzy earns I think Dizzy earned, I believe, was it 200 mil? Yeah, Dizzy also has 200 mil. Yeah. I don't know if Dizzy's still in the chat. Don't know if they are. I had to check. But no, I could just message Dizzy and. Don't worry, Coco. I'm done with Cabbie anyways. I just left him there to be abandoned and starve to death. Because, you know, Glitch needs to starve sometimes. He's a starving artist. Oh, that's another game I should play, or that at least I should record or stream it. No, I'll stream it probably. It's his Password 2 Starving Artist. Just to get ideas for what to draw about the stupid shit. About, you know, stupid shit to draw. And sell to people, and sell to passerbys. Oh, I know I found out Gas Station Simulator has somehow has a Twitch interaction thing. I don't know what it's about, but I'm probably gonna, even though I haven't installed, my next stream will probably be doing that because I really want to know what the chat interaction or Twitch interaction thing for that is. I don't know if they'll just give me like, have you guys choose customers or something. That'll be fun. But I do want to play that again because I didn't actually get to finish it and they added onto it since I first played it. Yeah. Because like the first game that my save file that I have on that game was kind of fucked with. Because I think what I remember, one spot of there's like some reason it was like it wasn't fully be able to clean the whole place because one time I was painting and it was back when like the game first came out, so but I was painting and usually when you want to get, you know, better numbers and better reviews and such, I think, or however it works, you want to have the whole place be clean to get paid more and get a better star rating or whatever the fuck it is. But I can never get one because of that constant unclean spot on that goddamn gas station floor due to paint that was not able to be cleaned. And I knew where it was. I could feel I knew where it was, but I couldn't clean it. So I'm pretty sure the game fucked me. That was back when it was glitchy, so I feel like if I start a new game, I don't know if you guys would want to see me play that and interact with the game, but you know, that'd be something. Plus you could probably, I could turn on the, I can make sure Mix It Up is set for that game, so y'all could control me as well as, you know, causing shit to happen in the game. Should be fun. We'll probably do that next stream. Maybe when I wake up. After I wake up and, you know, get settled. Did I sell my job? Maybe you know, I get settled after I wake up. Probably do that. I don't know. I'll probably just set stuff up for that, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. Alright. We're at our log off point. That's cool. Yeah, just make sure that is Dizzy still in here? I don't see him. Yeah, I don't see him. That sucks. Cool. So let me just check if Dizzy's in the game. What's Dizzy's in game? I think it was. I don't think it's him. I don't think I'll just message him on a in-house community Discord. Give him that say I owe him money or something. Yeah. That's what I was apparently missed for it. I had to tell her I owe her money. I don't think she's at all online anymore, so yeah. But okay, let's just quickly make sure the game is closed. Alright. Well guys, thank you guys for being here if you were here. If you weren't here, I don't know why how you would hear me saying if you weren't here or what if it would matter, but if you weren't here, I'll say something. You smell like cheese. But yeah, see you guys when I see ya. Also my chair. Yeah, see you guys when I see ya, and have a great one. Bye. See you, cuties. Have a good one.